to get there. Like it took a while of figuring out some arguments, and that's another thing I want to talk to you about too, is like arguing in front of your kid, because I get the sense you guys don't argue much, but there's no way around it. There's gonna be arguments, and wondering if you feel like that's going to affect the kid, or do you can't go in the other room sometimes, like with her, with our baby right now, like we can't just go in the other room and argue with the door shut. We don't have that option.
Right.
So any argument that happens right out in front of the baby.
Right.
So it's either like and my temper, either I've got to somehow find a way to squash down the thing that I haven't been able to do my entire life,
Yeah.
change completely who I am, which that is the answer, by the way. That's the answer. So I have to change entirely who I am, or we don't argue. And you know how hard it is to just walk away from an argument. So
Right.
I do worry about like scarring my girl with arguing in front of her. I struggle with how to avoid it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just coming to like agreeing on something, like you gotta just talk about it, agree on, both of you like are gonna do this at that point. I guess I don't really know. So for us, we have literally never come to like a screaming argument with each other. If I'm doing something to piss her off, she'll just kind of like tell me I'm a fucking dick and I'm annoying, and then she'll just ignore me for a while. And so that's great.
Yeah. But you're way, like we've said this before, like you're way more laid back than I am. Like I got that fiery temper. So like, and also I think she also knows that. So she knows how to push my buttons, and it ain't
Yeah.
hard. It's really not hard to just get me to go from 0 to 100 real quick.
Oh, believe me, I've seen it.
Yeah. And I don't like it though. I'm not proud of it. It's funny after the fact.
I feel like it'll subside a little,
Well, I work on it, man. I work on it, but I think you're right. I think it's gonna kind of naturally happen because I don't.
I mean, I feel like that happens to a lot of people that have that same anger issues. You have a kid, and then they start getting a little older, they worry about what their kids are seeing,
Yeah.
and they kind of just like check themselves and tell themselves you got to cool it in front of them and calm down a little, and then really just evaluate the situation and take it from there. Just count to 10, breathe a little, and then go from there.
Yeah. Literally, what I
You don't have
do
to get
is
worked
like,
up.
yeah, at the worst case scenario, what I'll do is I'll jump in the car. Hopefully, I haven't drank that much, and I'll just like either go sit in the parking lot, or I'll go like drive down the street, take a little drive around the block, and just try to like be by myself in the car. It has nothing to do with music or anything. It's just getting away so
Right.
we can both cool down.
I think that's good. That's, if that helps you and if that helps both of you, then I think that's good.
Yeah, no, I
But
have to. I can punch the steering wheel. I can crank the music. I can fucking swear at her and whatever, and she's not around, and to myself, and just get it all out without actually hurting somebody.
right,
And then, I'm still pissed when I come back, but like the chemicals ain't going.
right. The
Blood's
rage is
not in my
there.
head.
The rage
Yeah.
is gone. The anger is still there.
Right. And like I want to get back to the point, and I love just getting to the point and hammering home like, no, like fuck, like we were talking about this, but you brought up six other things that are not related because you knew they'd piss me off and derail me from this thing I was trying to talk about. And I'm really just trying to talk about this thing, and then it just explodes. And so I come back, I still want to hammer that point, but I come at it from like okay, we don't need to talk about it right now type of
You know
standpoint.
what? If I can give you any advice, it's just don't sweat the small stuff, because at the end, none of that shit really matters. If you're trying to get your point across, who gives a shit? If she wants to listen to it, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
What it comes down to is like you guys getting along, setting an example for your daughter. That's what it's about.
Yeah. No, I agree.